Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hazir from 80105A. Today, I will do some video about the IN 271 Interpersonal Communication. My lecturer name is Sir Azizul bin Sulaiman, and chapter our group choose is chapter 3, which is a perception of the self and author. Perception is our judging about someone or other person. In this chapter has 5 subtopic. So I will explain the first subtopic, perception of the self and other interpersonal communication. Okay, I will explain about the self-personal communication. In the self-personal communication have three. First is a self-concept. Second is the self-awareness, and last is the self-esteem. For the self-concept is about ourselves, image about ourselves. In the self-concept I have four. The first concept is auto image. Auto image is we look ourselves what describe about ourselves. Second is the social comparison. We look another person, personality for develop in ourselves. Third is cultural teaching, about cultural teaching. And then lastly is the self-evaluation. We look to in the self-evaluation we look to ourselves and integrated value. Second is the self-awareness. Self-awareness meaning is the how long we know ourselves. In the self-awareness have four. First is open self. Open self meaning all people now know about ourselves. Second is blind self. Blind self if we don't know about ourselves, but another person know about ourselves. Third is the hidden self. Hidden self is we know about ourselves, but another person don't know about ourselves. And then lastly is the unknown self. This is some way to increase the self awareness. First is we listen to another person, perspective about ourselves. And second is we ask ourselves about ourselves. For example, we ask ourselves about our weakness or our strength. Okay, for the lastly is the self-esteem. Self-esteem is a measure the available of ourselves. This F3 cognitive is our thinking about strong and our strong weakness in ourselves. Second is effective self-esteem, meaning is our feeling about ourselves by analyze the strong and the weakness. And lastly is the behavior. Behavior self-esteem. Behavior self-esteem meaning is a verbal and non-verbal behavior. And for the example, our disclosure. Okay, that's all. My friend explain another.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nick Abdul Qadir, and today I'm going to talk about a perception of in communication skill. So, communication is meant to be a manner of expression for humans, allowing people to convey, relay, and give feedback on their thoughts, feelings, and desire. In the business setting, communication is one of the most critical aspects of successful business or enterprises. In the digital age, communication can mean many things, from transmission of key data via electronic, digital media, on an oral report or presentation or strategic statistic, to a face-to-face interview. Managers communicate with their employees in order to plan, strategize, direct, and organize, while personnel must communicate with clients, each other, and executive. The ultimate goal of communication in any form is to act as impetus or catalyst for an action or a change in thought patterns among the receiver of the information, in order for the goals to be accomplished via communication. Everyone has to be on the same page. Business communication is more complex, as non-spoken words can imply different meaning to the same sentence, including body language, tone, facial expression, intonation, and use inflection. One's perception, including preconceived notions, biases, and previous understanding, greatly affect how we think, act, speak, and interact with others, which in turn affect every part of your life. It is critical for managers and personnel to understand this, how something is said that can change the context and use the perception of statement meaning and not just what it said.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Ishaq. I'm from AT1105A. Okay, today I want to present about impression formation processes. So my point is number one, personality theory, perceptual accentuation, and primary recency. And another 3 points, it will be taken by my friends Muhammad Nazrul Hakim. So my first point is personality theory. Personality theory is the system of rules that tells you which person characteristic go with which other characteristic. So under personality theory, they have two small points. The first one is halo effect, and the second one is reverse halo effect. For halo effect, a function of the implicit personality theory, believing a person has some positive qualities means you're more likely to infer that she or he possesses other positive qualities. For reverse effect, if you believe a person has some negative qualities, you're more likely to believe they have other negative qualities. That is for personality theory. And then perceptual accentuation. Okay, you see, perceptual accentuation is you see what you expect or want to see, or it can lead you to perceive what you need or want to perceive. In other words, you see what you want to or need to see. Okay, that is a simple word. Okay, for the third point is primacy recency. So primacy recency, they have two small points under the primacy recency. The first one is primacy effect, and the second one is recency effect. For primacy effect, what comes first exert more influence. For example, there is just like a first impression of ourselves, and recency effect, what's come last exert the most influence. Yeah, same just like primacy effect, but primacy effect is for the first impression, and the recency effect is just for the last impressions. So thank you.
Okay, now I will explain about impression formation. There is have 3 points that I will explain. For the first one is self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy can be defined as we act or we prediction or we expectation towards other people. If they were think true, that will become true. For the caution to be observed, there is need to be aware the prediction that come true, and that may be influence them in the direction. And for the example for this self-fulfilling prophecy, there is if our minded we set our minded old, the result we go same, we get the old result. Okay, next for the second point, that is the consistency. So consistency can be defined as the we assume that people that are consist, and if we see them as a good people, they what they do, what the thing that they do look good, look to be seen good. And the question to be also that if the people are not always consist and don't expect to them to be like that. Okay, for the example, for this consistency, if we look the girl look really pretty, and for pretty for if the girl wearing anything
wearing anything, change their appearance still looks pretty. And then for the third point, there is the attribution of control. Attribution of controls, there is we evaluate what a person did on the basis of the control that we perceive this person to have had on his or her behavior. To caution this observation, caution to observe, there is be aware of the self-serving bias, over attribution, and fundamental of attribution error. And then for this example, there is the self-serving bias. There is we is tendency to attribute our successful to ourselves and our failure to others and the situation.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so first of all, my name is Muhammad Shafi'i. Okay, so now we will move to the last subtopic for chapter 3, which is impression management, goals and strategies. Okay, so first of all, we can define the impression management. Okay, so it is the process we go through to communicate the image we want others to have for us. So we can take example like self-promotion or intimidation. We use a particular strategy depends on what attribution the first party is seeking from the second party, and to be like, which is mean we want other people like us. So there are two strategies, which is affinity seeking strategies and politeness strategies. So the first one is affinity seeking strategies. It increases our chance to be liked and stay positive. Okay, a proper strategies can be used including attractiveness, trustworthiness, and dynamic. Listen attentively, showing respect, and so on. So for these strategies, there are certain problems, which is it can be backfire and leave a negative impression to us. Okay, the second one is politeness strategies. They are used to make ourselves appear likable. There are two types of politeness strategies. Okay, there are two types politeness strategies, which is the first one is positive and the second one is negative. So the first one is positive. What is mean by positive? Okay, it is the desire to be viewed positively by others, to be thought of favorably. Okay, so the second one is negative phase. Okay, it is the desire to be autonomous, to have the right to do as we wish. Okay, next is to be belief credibility strategies. Okay, basically this strategy is very important because it seeks to establish our competence, character, and charisma without being perceived as too eager. So for the example, we can take is be competent, be consistent, and be genuine. Okay, I think that's all from me. Let's move to the next presenter.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Firdaus Asrullah bin Zulkifli. Today, I'm going to talk about impression management, goals and strategies. Okay, the next point is to excuse failure, or known as self-handicapping strategies. It was can be set up as barriers to make the task impossible. And the next point is to secure help, or known as self-deprecating strategies. Confession of incompetence and inability often bring resistance, but can backfire, and others may see you as incompetent or lazy. Okay, the next point is to hide fault, or known as self-monitoring strategies. This is used to suppress the negative about ourselves while striving to present a positive image. And the next point is to be followed, or known as influencing strategies, which is used when you want people to see you as a leader, include use of logic, strategies of similarity, stressing of agreement, and positive social proof. And the last point is to confirm self-image, or known as imaging confirming strategies, which is to communicate and to confirm your self-image. And that's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.